as Irma punished Florida, a plea from its governor.
I ask everybody to, the most important thing is to pray for us. We've done everything we can to be prepared.
Earlier, a pledge from the White House.
We are doing everything we can to help with disaster preparations, and when the time comes, we will restore, recover, and rebuild.
The president spoke after Congress injected $15 billion into relief efforts for Hurricane Harvey, which devastated Texas, and now Hurricane Irma.
But whatever happens, we're going to stand by the people of Florida and the Carolinas and others affected, just as they have stood by us in Texas and Louisiana as a result of Hurricane Harvey.
Urgent need prompted Congress to rally in bipartisan fashion.
Mr. President, if there's any good to come from tragedy, it's that for a brief but beautiful moment, we are able to see each other as we truly are, not as Republicans or Democrats, rich or poor, black or white, but as members of the same community, partakers of the same human condition.
But some dissented, noting the relief funds were not offset by spending cuts, tying them instead to a hike of the federal borrowing limit.
We as a country have a $20 trillion debt. We borrow $1 million every minute. Nobody has the courage to say, why don't we pay for it?
Others objected to a short-term extension of current federal spending levels.
There is no point to discussing our strategy for Afghanistan or North Korea or ISIS or any of the other myriad of threats we're currently facing if we're simply going to fund the military through a continuing resolution.
Legislative battles to come will test last week's bipartisanship. Republicans want to reform the U.S. tax code. Democrats are demanding protection for undocumented immigrants brought to the United States as children.
800,000 dreamers anxiously await action by this Congress. There is no reason to wait. Let's put a clean DREAM Act on the floor, which I believe would pass by a significant margin, and tell these hardworking dreamers that they belong in this country too, the country they want to be part of desperately.
The total cost of hurricane relief and recovery is not yet known. Lawmakers say even more funds will be needed.
This $15 billion package, this is only temporary. It will probably only take us through mid-October at the most.
Last week, President Trump sided with Democrats on tying disaster funding to 3-month fiscal measures. Congress will have to revisit federal spending and the debt limit in December. Michael Bowman, VOA News, Washington.